What's the creepiest thing you can say to a person who just woke up? You really should start locking the door. Do you have a moment to talk about ADT security packages? I'd like to talk to you about your car's warranty. You don't know me, but hear me out. I'm homeless, I'm gay, I have AIDS, I'm new in town. No, that's too strong. I'm a push-im. I have AIDS. No, that's too strong. I'll start with the fact that I'm homeless, as that is a given. Excuse me, I'm new in town, and it gets worse. Don't worry, everything is okay. My wife said this to me one day as soon as I woke up, and it freaked me out. Hours prior, there was a terrorist attack mass shooting in my hometown, at the bar my little brother had been at earlier in the night. He and his friends were all fine, as they had left the bars for the night a few hours earlier, and we were fortunate enough to not know anyone who was randomly gunned down. My wife did the right thing in reaching out to my family before I woke up so that she could assure me everything truly was okay, but goddamn, that was a terrifying way to wake up. Glad your family and friends were okay. By chance was this Dayton? It is, actually. My brother was at Ned Pepper's briefly that night, bar hopping with his best friend and their wives' fiancés. I've only been up to the Oregon district a couple of times since then. It definitely made it more somber going through metal detectors to get into some of the bars. My little sister was supposed to be down there that night. She made a last-minute call to stay in, but none of us knew that. Had a very similar wake-up experience to you when my other sister called me at 6 a.m. Hey you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there. Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you, I could've stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. What's the matter with him? Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King. Just stay still. We can still stop the bleeding. We've been waiting for you to wake up. To talk to you. About your cars. Extended warranty. Did you know? Each year 5,000 Americans die of a peanut butter overdose caused by vengeful unwarranted cars? But for $79.99 we have your back. Unless the rabbits eat your $79.99 and... I'm surprised the camera flash didn't wake you up. Love, it made me think of that creepy pasta of the girl who went camping alone with her camera in the woods for a few days only to find photos of herself sleeping in her tent when she got the film developed. Edit. Sorry everyone, it was actually from Sleep. Here is the sauce. https www.reddit.com. Sleep comments 1F04. My friend just got back from a camping trip. Reef Sherry ref source link. One time I woke up to my brother and my dad smiling at me. We now know what you do at night, said my brother. That scared me pretty bad as a 13-ish boy that started to know his body. We got it on the camera. Then my father added. Pure panic in my eyes. I said what a couple times, and when they let me see the pics they had taken, it was just me sleeping with legs crossed. Jesus, I thought they caught me playing with my willy. Oh, boy, I remember that moment of their faces like it was yesterday, lol. And I'm almost 30 now. That's bizarre. Whisper in their ears as you hug them, I know, and just let their imagination run free. My girlfriend would probably just ask no what? Which would force me to come up with something, or tell me to STFU. You really have to ask me that? This guy gaslights. Thank you. Then you run away as fast as you can, never to be seen again. Precisely 8 hours, 13 minutes and 41 seconds of sleep while staring them in the eyes the second they open. That's 12.8% more than average. Almost had to stop my watch at the 6-hour mark. Had to make a judgment call on that one. Heavy breathing. My friend told me that it had a crazy roommate in college freshman year and had to change rooms. When I asked why, he said I woke up with him standing over me just breathing multiple times. Thanks, I hate it. True story, my great aunt woke up one night to find her husband at the foot of the bed with a butcher knife. He said if you hadn't woken up, I was going to kill you. He was institutionalized after that. Edit, to those asking for details, unfortunately all the involved parties are long since gone, natural causes. I very seldom saw my great aunt since she lived far away and my grandmother never wanted to talk about it. New strategy, if a comment begins with true story, I'm staying the duck away from it. True story, I had oatmeal and strawberries for breakfast and dinner tonight. You should be institutionalized. You sleep like my dead wife. Your dream was really awesome. I enjoyed every second of it. Set the language on every streaming service they have to Spanish. When they wake up, speak to them in Spanish only. And before they wake up, change the time on everything. Muy bien. A friend of a friend was staying with her sister and her sister's boyfriend for a time. She wasn't a fan of the guy, but she was grateful for a place to stay. She told me she woke up to her sister's boyfriend crawling into bed with her. Apparently he had whispered, "Shh, it's okay." Extremely creepy. Reminded me of, "Shh, shh, it's me, Casper. Don't worry," from that movie Kids. So glad she woke up. Hopefully he's the sister's ex-boyfriend now. Were you just in my room? Asked to me when I was 10 years old at around 3 a.m. in the morning by my very worried-looking mother. I woke up pretty quickly. BCS, she looked freaked out and worriedly said back, "No, I've been sleeping." She then looked at me like she didn't quite believe me and said she had woken up to someone around my size walking into her bedroom and standing at the end of her bed, and when she asked it if it was me, she watched it run back out of her room, so she came to see if it was me and I was pretty sure it wasn't. Then she shrugged her shoulders and said she must have been imagining it and was going back to bed. I, on the other hand, stayed awake the rest of the night, freaked the FK out. Kids are ducking scary and I'm waiting for mine to do some creepy shit like this. Also, as an adult we'll call it, I get scared easily by certain things, and one of them is silent creatures that run very fast. Like Huggy Wuggy, when I'm scared, I have to dash to where I'm going once I turn a light off, and I just know because of your comment this will be my night. My mom told me I used to stand by her bed, and just look at her. And she'd wake up and freak out. She just told me this recently because my ducking cat does this now about 3 inches from my face, causing many a bad word. It doesn't even have to be human. But it is good if it is a mortal being. Oh, it was alive. Don't worry, we can soon fix that smile. Hurry up, the kids are waiting. In college, I was out with some friends and got a little too drunk. We had a hotel nearby, so I went back and crashed out. I got woken up like 4 hours later to my buddy saying, "Big J-Dub, don't freak out, just don't freak out, man." Of course this woke me up with wide eyes, thinking, oh, why shouldn't I be freaking out? Then he says, "Hey man, I'm just getting into the bed, don't freak out." As we didn't have enough beds and had to share. Well, if I'm up, I guess I can go puke some more. Horrible night. Big J-Dub, I'm just spooning you, don't freak out, man. That's when you worry. You smell different when you're asleep. I saw this joke on my iPod Touch browsing iFunny around 2011. I still see it every month or so. I watched you the whole night. The third time you farted was so adorable I touched myself a little. And who is, insert man's name here. Oh, just my dad. My dad left me when I was born.